Here it is necessary to understand that you have a resource, having lost which you, girls, are not fucking needed. And this is attention. Here in Italy, there is nothing more to take from you. She will sleep with someone who will not give her attention. Because she will have the hope that she will have sex to get this attention out of him. That is why one of the coolest and most important and the main recipe for seduction is to be sincerely focused on something. When you are sincerely focused on something, naturally a woman has a feeling that you don't need her for fuck's sake. No matter how she got up, no matter how she tore her skirt, no matter how she twisted her painted face. You're busy with other things. And that's why she will want to sleep with you in order to get a little attention out of herself through it. Up to you understand. When a woman opens her mouth, the devil himself speaks through her. Therefore, you cannot listen to a modern woman. She grew up in an absolute vacuum, in an absolute bubble, and all her ideas about life, they are valid only within the framework of her bubble here. She doesn't fuck in the shower. What a loneliness it is to be a man when all the problems that exist in your life are only your concern. When if you just lie down and die, rot alive, it will be discovered only in 2 weeks. And that's because the neighbors will stink to complain to the police. And you should understand this, and you should value yourself. If you have results behind you, if you have achievements, you will not appreciate yourself, no one will appreciate you. You will be appreciated just as much as you easily give yourself in your presence. You can be a billionaire, you can be Christian Grey, Elon Musk, Johnny Depp, you can be a dick from the mountain, but if you get easily and at any moment, the price is a penny for you on a fair day. Therefore, you need to value yourself. Because any man who has achieved success, the result himself, not with the help of deception, not with the help of parents, not with the help of connections, the real result himself, then you went through a meat grinder. For one successful you, there are tens of thousands of those who lost. That's the price of your success, it's thousands of metaphorical, and sometimes real corpses. You got rich, they didn't. I won this fight, and he lost. And so again and again, you've been through a real meat grinder. Well, then, respect yourself for what you survived, what you went through and what you took. And when a person has been tearing up a point all his life and still continues to behave, treat himself as a cheapie, you should not be surprised that they treat him as a cheapie. If people put themselves like that, the result itself does not give respect from others. One of the most important fuck-ups in history that men fall for is that it's a deception, it's pure deception. The more you do for others, the more you will be appreciated. That's not true. Children, women, appreciate only men who respect themselves. You can break a point for your parents, for your children, for women. You can give them everything. But if you don't respect yourself, if you don't value yourself, they will mock you. And they will treat you as a servant, as a servant. Here I ask you, you answer me, are the most important element of the external environment. That's outside of your body, without which you can't live even for a few minutes. Air. 6 minutes without air is clinical death, that's it. But what kind of intensive care unit are you going to lie in? You'll never come back to life again. Now the next question. How many of you appreciate the air? A person without food can live for weeks and months. Especially well-fed citizens can live for years, a year and a half, a year without food. Who is there 300 kilograms a month? And compare your attitude to food and your attitude to the air. No one appreciates the air, no one prays for the air, no one thanks God for the air. Everyone thanks God for the food. Why? And here it is on the yub, which is given to men. Oh, you do everything for her there, you close all the needs, you be what no one would be. It is a call to be like the air, always accessible and provide life. And therefore, a specific life scenario for such men. They begin to appreciate when you just leave, and you don't need to be appreciated anymore. But even then, not always. This world will not change. In the current configuration, there will be hundreds of millions of spermatoxic men who will pray for any women. Your task is not to be in the herd, not to be a sheep, not to be led by a sipso, not to be led by a hutzpah, to understand how the world works and implement your policy. You should always remember the source of the message is part of the message. I never listen to what a beautiful girl tells me. Never about anything. In the modern world, she has zero idea about anything. Zero. I absolutely don't give a shit what she thinks, what she says. Her opinion is so useless that his rule does not even work. Do the opposite and it will be right. A woman is the same kid from your training, who has so much dope that he does not learn the correct execution of techniques. I was like that at my club. That is, the mill is right, you need to sit on your knee, take us right. I came up just like that, took the fuck off, pulled it off the ground and threw it into another corner. When a person has very strong levers, very strong advantages, he becomes inadequate. Not in the sense that he is hallucinating, he is delusional, but in the sense that he can spit on the rules that are fair to everyone else. And it makes sense only in his performance within the framework of his life.